Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I am so very pleased and happy to be back on air live with each and every one of you. And again, whether you're watching this live or in archives, thank you for participating and for sitting in sacred circle with me and with everyone else. Whether we're live or archive, it doesn't matter. We're all together. The energy is all together. And I love how that works. So it's just very, very beautiful. So welcome everyone, and just take a few moments and just take some deep breaths. Always like everyone to, let's take some deep breaths, in and out, and just shake off anything that doesn't serve you as we're sitting in the sacred circle, not just for yourself, but for everyone that you are sitting in sacred circle with as well. It's fair to them to make sure that you bring the best version of you to this circle. Oh yes. Good morning, Maureen, since it is your morning. Oh, it's good to see you too, Teresa. Thank you so much. Thank you. Aw, lots of hearts back to you. Good evening, Chris. Welcome. Yay. Welcome to the circle. Oh, so nice. So nice. And just as everyone's coming in, I'm enjoying that energy. Just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you all so much for coming in. All right. Hello, Tammy. Yes, how is everyone this fine evening? And I love that. I encourage you, if you're watching live, to please interact with each other in the comments. Leave comments and say, I love this. See, good evening, Chris and everyone. Yes. See, I love the sharing, and because we are sharing energetically. In words or energy. So absolutely, I love how interactive it is. And if you are watching this, in the archives, that's fine as well. Please know that your energy is felt and noted and appreciated and respected. So thank you so much for that. All right. Now let's get on with the show. Woo! So how's everybody been doing? We have a full moon on Wednesday that is coming up. So we are in the waxing mode. And also right now, today, tomorrow, yes, we are in a new sun sign of Scorpio. And it's interesting. The full moon will be in Taurus. Now, for those of you who maybe know a little bit of astrology and the 12 signs are really all connected to each other. There's 6 that are on the same pole, they call it. And so it's interesting. The sun will be in Scorpio and the moon will be in its polar opposite, of Taurus. So that should be real. Keeping balance. You see how Mother Earth, and not even just Mother Earth, the moon, how nature, how the universe just keeps, we can take it higher and higher from the earth, to the universe. It's always in balance, a state of balance. Isn't that beautiful? It's all around us. And yes, happy Sunday. And oh, Sarah, yes, welcome on your new home and you moving in. So I know there's going to be some adjustment there, but nice adjustments. It's always such it's kind of like a bittersweet with moving. So congratulations on that, Sarah and the Angrafia family. And hello, Amy. How are you? And her birthday's upcoming. So So happy birthday, Amy. All right. Now, before we get into this, I did want to say full moon on Wednesday, full moon in Taurus, which is Scorpio's polar opposite. Staying in balance, staying in balance. And that's going to be at 12:47 p.m. Eastern time when the moon is at its fullest. All right. And then after that time, the moon starts waning. All right. So, and let's see what Chris, I love this. Oh, I love, Sun in Scorpio, water sign, moon in Taurus, earth sign. Put them together and we get mud. Yes, we do. but that's building clay. Oh, hello, Wendy. Aw, say happy birthday. Hello, Kimberly. How are you? Thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle and joining us this evening. So I love that, Chris. Yeah, put them together and it's mud. Well, yeah. But they were also old builders' clay. That's how they would build, is by taking these mud bricks, let them bake in the sun. That was our very first bricks, wasn't it? So pretty interesting. All right. So I would like to share with you too my website. For those of you who are maybe not familiar with it, my website is whitesagewoman.com. You can check out all the, interesting things, all the tabs, see what services I provide. You can see some of the past shows. And there's some products there, but you will be able to pretty much, really get to see who I am through my website. And you can also contact me through there or private message me here on Facebook. So whitesagewoman.com. Again, for all those even listening on Spreaker Radio live right now, thank you. We welcome you as well. And I'm saying Sage, S-A-G-E, whitesagewoman.com is my website. Okay, now we can proceed on. And I love it. Look at all the happy birthday wishes coming in for Amy. Yay! Woohoo! All right. So I want to share with you a really nice message. I signed up to get messages from the grandmothers. It's called the grandmothers, and they send a message like every month, or if they feel like it needs to be given, then that's what will happen. And this is channeled messages, all right, from the grandmothers. And so I wanted to share this because I thought it was very profound, and somebody needs to hear this. We all need to hear this, right? So, hold on, let me yay, look at that. Maureen saying happy birthday, Amy, Wendy, Evie. Yay, very nice. All right. Okay, so the message from the grandmothers. The world is not in political crisis, an economic crisis, or a climate crisis. It is in a crisis of values. This is what causes the crisis that rages the world like cancer. Like a cancer. So what is the cure? In one word, and it's more than a word, but love. Divine, cosmic heart love. The absence of love is propelling the ego-driven actions that have caused all the calamities of this age. All right, of course, the patriarchal, but we're all coming away from that. We're coming into balance, and it's not going from one extreme to another. Okay? Love is misplaced. Love of money takes the form of greed. Love of self takes the form of selfishness. And don't be confused with it's okay to love yourself. But if you don't care about anyone else but yourself, that's what they're talking about. Love of power takes the form of ego. Love of control takes the form of abuse of power. So when true love is fostered in the heart, that cosmic heart center, then peace will reign on earth. Harmony will prevail. The problems you face will find easily solutions once love is the motivation, the focus, the choice. Not money or power or control. You can't solve a problem with another problem. Trying to fix the world's problems with the same motives that caused them is not a solution, but breeds different problems. Only when love is the motivation will solutions arise. So it's time to call on the goddess. All her different manifestations are one and the same goddess, just called by different names. So whether as mother, warrior, teacher, healer, they are the same feminine aspect of divinity, simply displaying different facets of the divine form. So it is the feminine aspect of divinity that is needed today to balance the fires engulfing the planet. The heat consuming this planet is not due to carbon emissions or greenhouse gases, but is caused by the imbalance between the forces of yang, represented by fire, the male, the masculine, and those of yin, represented by water, the female. So yin, the divine feminine, is the balancing energy of love, compassion, heart, wisdom, harmony, beauty, and nurturing. Now, also of death and rebirth, all right? These qualities need to be called into your everyday lives to help balance the yang forces of aggression and mind, which are now raging out of control. Each of you possess a spark of this divine feminine energy. And every act of kindness, compassion, love, tenderness, and forgiveness, you walk in the footsteps of the Divine Mother. So through you, she walks here on earth. It doesn't matter if you are a male or a female in a physical form, the body. The Great Mother is available to all of us, just as the Great Father is. The battle today is not between the forces of good and evil on the planet. It is a battle of each that we wage within us. It is through the goddess, the divine feminine, that the battle will be victorious. Well, it'll be victorious because it ends, all right? It's not through force, right? Through might, through aggression or power, all right? But through the qualities embodied by the goddess that the inner battle is won. Through compassion, love, patience, nurturing, and creating balance. So dramatic battles between good and evil serve as a metaphor for the inner battle on how it must be waged and won. Not through force arising from the ego, but through the power of love which springs forth from the heart, the sacred heart center. The power of love will always endure the test of time. Victories that come as a result of force are temporary, and the gains are lost as soon as a new despot or a new power, right, unthrones them, so to speak, dethrones them. But victories acquired through power of love are still here thousands of years later, long after the empires of force have returned to dust. So absolutely love is all. And is so much more victorious than anything else, and long lasting, even long after the sting of the patriarchal, the warring, the fighting, which we all know it just hasn't been working, hasn't been happening. For those that like control, yes, but they eventually they die off. They move on or dethrone, like we said. And so, yes, that is beautiful. Very, very true. And again, that is messages from the grandmothers. I can get the website for you, or you can I do believe on my blog, through my website, to get to my blog, I do have a categories of grandmother's messages, and you can get to it from there. Okay. All right. So yes, Amy, I did say happy birthday, and everyone's responding. So yeah, that is beautiful. I love the messages of the grandmothers. And we're already here. We're already starting this ascension process. It's happening. It's here. Now, I've had some people ask me too, whether you're ready or not, consciously, subconsciously, we are ascending. And it just makes it easier if you're on board. No fighting, that inner conflict within yourself to choose. I want to be balanced. I want to go into this new. It's not really new. Well, let me back up here a moment. We have had peace on earth before we got off balance. Are we going back to that? No, we're not going back to that. We are going back to the state of balance, but it's new because we have changed and evolved and mutated through all of the patriarchal rule, and we are not the same people that we were before we fell from grace. So it's going to be different, and it's going to be beautiful. And so exciting. I pulled a card for all of us too, and I love how it actually supports the grandmother's message. And I've got another deck I just love Lucy Cavendish. She has a deck out called Foxfire. It's a new deck, Foxfire. Foxfire. The Kitsune Oracle. Okay. This is the back. It's got the fox on there. It's really pretty. Foxfire. So it's the Foxfire deck. So I pulled, and it's all like Oriental, a magical realm, the secret world of cherry blossoms, trees, ginkgo plants that talk, dragons that create the day and the night, and elves that guard the sacred groves. And in this enchanted land, there exists the most ancient of powers, Foxfire. All right. And the guardians of Foxfire are the remarkable Kitsune. With origins in ancient Eastern spirituality, the Kitsune are legendary shape-shifting foxes who work with the Shinto deity Inari. All right. So of course, when I saw this deck was available, I was like, yay! And Lucy Cavendish. Anyway, when I pulled the card, I got this beautiful card, the Garden of the Night. The Garden of the Night. The Garden of the Night. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, night gardens, they do exist. And they're really pretty. Thank you. Hi, Robin. And yes, I had to write other cards too. They are very, very gorgeous. They're very pretty. And so this is like the back of all of them too. The back of the cards got the two foxes. I mean, these are just really exquisite cards. And so if we have time, I will pull one of these new cards for everybody as well. But that's a message for everyone, the Garden of the Night. Now, we're going to see how everything falls into place with these messages whenever I ask for validation or for a message, really, not validation, but when I ask for a message, and you'll see how everything falls into place. So I think that's beautiful. All right, let's get into the crystal gemstone of the week is Moonstone. Moonstone. So the Moonstone's a stone of inspiration, of passion, and vision. It promotes your intuition and success. All right. And yes, she does. Lucy Cavendish has such great artwork in her cards. Absolutely. So Moonstone, heightened intuition, be extra aware of your inner knowingness and its trustworthiness. You have to trust that inner voice. Trust that going within, that knowingness. All right, and so here is, all right, let me see, this is Moonstone. There's that card here. And this is the Crystal Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. So so Moonstone. Wow, love that. See how everything all just, it's like a spider web. Everything's knitting together. It's beautiful. All right, so now the spirit power animal of the week is Toad. It's Toad. So the toad represents, of course, the connection to altered states of consciousness. Just don't go lick a toad. It's a symbol of earth and camouflaging poison. What does it mean to you, camouflaging poison? And that definitely it can represent the divine feminine in a sense as well, because that femininity is part of death and rebirth and boundaries, right? Boundaries. It's all about choices. I give you love or I give you death, and which one do you choose? The death being a rebirth and, hey, let's choose again. That kind of thing. And camouflaging that poison is not so much that the person is poisoned, but the choices that are made. We do, we most definitely can sabotage ourselves. How many have done it? Raise your hand. Yeah. All right. Also, toads represent changing luck and long life. It is I like feng shui, and toads and frogs are very auspicious, very much, I'm going to say, good luck, but they're signs of good fortune. You can I have like little figurines and statues and plants, indoors and outdoors. I have an outdoor garden too, and which I'm going to have to pull all our outdoor garden stuff in soon because it's getting cold here in Connecticut. So, but indoor gardens, indoor plants, and also too, a toad that has the coin in its mouth is also very good. You want to put that in the north end of your home or on your desk in your office. I have one here. Let me show you. He's a big guy. See, here he is. And then there's a Chinese coin that goes in his mouth like that. It's a feng shui, I don't want to say cure, but that's what they call them, feng shui cures, but it's very good, so toad. Yeah, toad, not road. You're funny. Oh, I see now why you said that. Let me scroll back down. Yeah, there's a comment. Yes, it is in Chinese culture and feng shui. The toad is very much a symbol of good luck. And like I said, it has the Chinese coin in its mouth. And I have several of them here. I'm not going to show them all to you. But I even have a money tree made out of Chinese coins. It's pretty cute. Like the gem trees, but they put Chinese coins instead of the gems. So it's right here at the computer facing the north side or the north direction of my desk, which is, for money, just the attracting, because when you work from home and your home office, you want to make sure that you are charging and activating those areas in your life. And not just for that, there's areas for your family and for your health, and just that's why we have to be very sensitive and very aware of the energies of our home, because it does affect us inside and out. Okay. You never seen it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's Chinese tree. Just be very careful. You can, I do believe, do a search engine on feng shui cures, is what they're called, or feng shui tools. I a lot of people may, kind of rip you off because they can be kind of expensive. All right. But you can actually find in bulk, and I have found a bunch of, you can get like a bag of these Chinese coins. All right. It's got the square in the center. You can get a bunch of these Chinese coins, and they have engravings on each side. All right. If you buy from New Age or buy from really like a feng shui specialty, they're going to be more because that's their business. I'm going to tell you a little tip where I find bags of them for very inexpensive is Oriental Trading Post. All the decorations and stuff. Hey, the Chinese New Year. So they have a bunch of this. They have a bunch of decorations, and they have bags of them for very affordable. And I like to put them in little piles around the home. And you can also, I've taken some red rope and thread through that and have it hanging off of the front door, which is because I have a front door that's facing the north. So I have that on the inside too. So, it's just, I love feng shui, and I've been practicing it since the 90s. So I I have a lot of stuff. Go onto my blog and look under feng shui too, and you can see some feng shui tips. You can see some things. But check all this out after the show. Don't do it now. On my website, you can get to the blog and just check out all the categories. Scroll all the way down, and then on the right-hand side, there's categories, and there's a bunch of information in there. All right, so you can get these kind of tips, and it's just the way, so it's interesting. Energy healers and healers will do this. They will either get into interior design, which is, I have a degree in interior decorating, but I was feeling that pull. It wasn't really for the decorating, because there's some of these rules that I don't agree with if it violates or is opposed or unbalanced to nature. And then when I discovered feng shui, I was like, whoa, that's energy healing for your home. That's it. Short, brilliant little snippet. There it is, simply. All right. So feng shui is healing for your home, land, the property. And of course you would want that. This is where you reside. This is where, you're going to be spending your time. And a sick home breeds sick occupants. You don't want that. All right. I probably just, many of you have known about my history with my mother, with growing up with my mom being sick, and you could feel that in the house. And here my mother was sick, and when my grandfather, her dad, got ill, he wasn't, I applaud, he was not put in a nursing home. We took care of him, and it was just, I know it was like, oh my goodness, we got so much going on. And so he had moved in with us too. And I remember at one point I came home from school, and I was in high school at the time. I didn't invite a lot of people over. And I just, am very private. I was just very private. But I think it hit me one day when I walk in, and the energy just hit me. I was in a good mood, and I just got smacked with ickiness. And I was like, oh my gosh, the house is sick. It's got my mom's energy. It's got my grandfather's energy. And so of course that makes you not want to bring people over, invite people or anything. And it was like, okay, so how can I tell my mom this without, I don't want to be insulting, because she kept a clean home and helped her to clean. But the energy, it can be pretty, but it can feel icky, and it can look like it's a mess, but actually feel really good. It just, you never know, right? Feel the energy of it. Oh yeah, you heard the dogs, Chris. Yeah, walking around. Um, you're pretty close. Feng Shui SH. No, I think you got it. Yeah, you spelled it right. Or SHUI. SHUI. Feng Shui SHUI. FENG SHUI. Yeah, Feng Shui. Hey, that was close though. Yes, Lillian too is she was my teacher way back in the 90s. And so if you can get some of her older books and her older materials, that's golden. I mean, right there. I just find that in the last, I love her to death, please don't, but in the last 5-10 years, she's very commercial now, I feel. And so but I love her information. And, and she helped me to, like I said, to really learn and activate that knowledge. Many of us who've had past lives in the East, in any type of Asian countries, this is embedded in us as well. We know this. It sounds familiar. It feels familiar, and it always felt familiar for me. So, yeah. All right. So I wanted to share that with you. Yay. All right. Now, also, I did have a couple of her old. See, that's good. I personally think that her older books are that right there. Everything you need to know is from her older books. And I like some of her newer things. I mean, she has journals. She has these guides that you can do a walkthrough, like a checklist, go through your home and checklist some things. And so you can this is why I'm really careful with it. Just be careful. Read, take in everything. Don't follow everything to heart. Take what you can use, leave the rest, because you can really, as with any type of, I want to say, belief system or any type of thing that you implement, you can go overboard with it. And when you go overboard, you can actually get a different outcome than you wanted. All right. So just, I always say, keep it simple. Keep it simple. And especially be very careful where your water fountains are. All right. So you want to pay attention to where the water and the electric is and make sure they're not crossing each other. So that's when you understand that, then there you go. Then you got it. But like I said, if it starts to sound complicated or you feel confused, back off from it. All right. Because a lot of people that I've go to help and clearing the energies of their home, and that's what energy clearers do too. Really, they're kind of using feng shui. You have to be in balance with the nature, with spirit, so there you go. You go in there and you find someone's probably overdone it a couple of times, and it's like, okay, you did too much, creates a different outcome. All right. So there you go. And problems at work, that's kind of beyond what you can do for like the whole building, for all your coworkers and everyone, but what you can do for yourself in your sacred space, in your desk area, in your office area, in your sacred space area, you very much are in command over. And so where black type of gemstones, that's onyx or jet or just hematite, bracelets, wear a black bracelet, or have the gemstone in a bracelet and a necklace, earrings. You can have a good chunk of it in your pocket or on your in your body, and absolutely do that to help protect your boundaries. All right. And just if you feel overwhelmed, what always helps me is just start singing, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine." And don't let anyone diffuse your light. So absolutely. I love Sylvia Brown. She was the one that helped me find my spiritual foundation, dust it off and build from it. You either like Sylvia Browne or you don't. And she's still teaching, by the way. It's all right. Yeah. She's still teaching. She comes to those who was even before she crossed over. She'll come to you in dreams. She all the time. She's teaching, always working, and she still is. All right. So she helped to hers and others to where we are now. Help pave the way to, hey, wow, we can talk freely about this and not be sent to a mental institute. All right. All right. It's funny. I sing that little song. Yeah, there you go. But it is so powerful. I find that we all do this, don't we? Do we have a phrase, a picture, a song that we sing, hum, or whatever that instantly balances us? We feel ourselves go off balance, pull an image, a song, whatever it is, and takes us right back to that. Okay. Yeah. She was my first teacher. Absolutely. Yeah. That's great. Yes. Yes, Wendy. We had that. Yeah, she does. Yeah. It does help. It really does help you. That little tune. I love it. And another one is In the Garden, but it's about with angels. In the Garden. But there are many of us who were raised in church. The church has some really pretty songs, but I find that the ones with the angels, any type of angelic song, I really resonate with. Okay, we'll sing that. But I love this little light of mine, and it's simple to the point, very powerful, and you can teach it to kids. And kids, it's catchy, and you can help your children, right? I don't like "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Yeah. Right. It's yeah. Don't be one way, be another. We are given, okay. We go off balance. We go off balance for a reason. Don't ignore it. All right. And that's the whole thing, is just make sure you're not ignoring it, but that you are being aware of what threw you off balance, and then navigate back to that balance center. Okay? So there you go. Good evening. Peace, love, music. What is the advice for a midweek full moon? Gregory Hammond. Gregory, welcome. You're going to have to go back and listen to the first 40 minutes of the show. We've been talking about it the whole time. The advice for this upcoming week. It's just to help and just to maintain balance, and you'll see that. I'll just recap real quickly. The full moon Wednesday is a full moon in Taurus. Well, tomorrow the sun shifting into Scorpio. So we have the sun in Scorpio, the moon in Taurus, which are opposite poles. Taurus and Scorpio are opposite poles of each other. Opposite signs. So they have similar traits and very, very not so similar traits. But you see how the earth, astrology, the universe always stays in this state of balance. The sun and moon, female, masculine, whether you can consider opposites of, excuse me, that the full moon in Taurus and sun sign in Scorpio. So it's really beautiful. Excuse me, let me just get some water. Woo! Ooh. All right, and as Chris Herman was reminded that when you combine water and earth, you get mud. So let's consider that. Are many of us going to feel like we're walking in a mud puddle, or that we're sinking, or just it's going to be interesting. Everyone reacts and responds different. So it's just, this is why I totally encourage everyone to journal and keep how it affects you. Do know that after each full moon, though, or not after each full moon, excuse me, with each full moon, we are getting more and more activations. We're getting powerful downloads or uploads. all right, to help us with this ascension process. So definitely you want to pay attention to any type of spiritual insight that you get, intuition, your gut feelings, your dreams, your daydreams, that kind of thing. Please pay attention to all of that. All right. Okay, so I did have also a question that was sent to me, and wanted a little bit of insight on this. So, and I encourage that you can Facebook message me any questions or anything you would like me to discuss on the show, or you can send it to me via my website, whitesagewoman.com. You can, that's my website. Put that back up there one more time. whitesagewoman.com. Yes, me too, off and on. As long as it's not a constant ringing, Robin. But yeah, the ringing off and on, the ringing and vivid dreams. It's, wow. I tell you, there's sometimes when the most vivid dreams, it's like I'm wrapped in this warm blanket and I don't even want to wake up. And you wake up and it's like, wow, that was intense. And it's like, oh, I have to get up now. All right. So here, so yes, last night, we are in the waxing phase of the full moon. It's not just right at that precise moment of the full moon we're getting downloads. The whole waxing phase, from the new moon to the full moon, the waxing phase, we've been getting downloads. I really think we would explode if we got a full dose of, bam, here it all is in one shot, deal with it. So they siphon things off to us a little at a time so we don't just explode. All right. Oh, okay. So the question was, why do empaths seem to attract negative people into their lives? All right, first off, we're very sensitive. We feel everything, empaths do. And people, so in a sense, sensitive people do put off that beautiful energy. And I want to say that energy vampires are people that need to hang on to like a life support. That's exactly what empaths are to people like this, is a plug to plug into to recharge. It's a charging station, right? And so yes, negativity needs balance. They're trying to balance. So they're trying to charge, whether you want to call them energy vampires. They're looking for a charging station to balance themselves. And absolutely, that's what they're looking for. Yes, Angel. Woohoo! Empathy can be the balance that they need. The thing is, they don't know when to stop, and they keep on and keep on and keep on, and they don't have the compassion yet. They're trying to work on that compassion, but their compassion helps them to gauge, usually helps us to gauge when someone's had enough, or when we need to back off, or to respect the boundaries. And they don't do that. So they're constantly, oh, it feels good. I'm balanced. I'm balancing. I want more of it. I want more. They keep taking instead of paying attention that they need to give to. All right. And so, yes, exactly. Yeah. All right. So setting healthy boundaries, realizing what's happening. All right. And pretty much when you see them try to plug into you, take, energetically envision your fan unplugging, their cord out of your outlet. Nope, I'm unplugging that cord and I'm going to plug it into the universe. I'm going to give it to the angels, and the angels are going to take care of it. Unplug or unhook. Give to the angels, to your dragons, to, and just take this and balance this energy, redirect this energy, because that is that person's, they need to be responsible with their energy. It's none of your business how to balance them out. You have to take care of you, balance you out. If everyone took responsibility for themselves, we wouldn't have that problem anymore of energy vampires or that feeling so drained. All right. If everyone took responsibility of their actions energetically as well. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, is them to just latch on. All right. And people who constantly live in the past, they are stuck. They are stuck in an unbalanced state. They're trying. There's so many reasons why, and it depends on who the person is, as far as and what issues they've gone through. Some people that live in the past have friended their pain. All right. And whether they are reliving everything that bad that happens to them, it's all they know. So that's why they repeat that. It's all that they remember, maybe since childhood, is pain and suffering. But there has to be joy in there somewhere. And the joy is deep within. And it's not just some spiritual cliche crap. It's really true, going within and tapping into that knowledge and that resource that is there. That's where the joy is. All right. And when we get there and we're able to start balancing ourselves, it's an awakening. It's the people waking up. That's the awakening. Here we go. So hello, Courtney. I'm glad you could join in. Aw. Let's see, Robin. I've learned to put up a shield of armor. I ping the energy off and back to them, sort of like Wonder Woman did. Absolutely, Robin. And you remember her bracelets are reflective, right? So ping, right back to you. Absolutely. Now, you are not hurting anyone when you do that. You are protecting yourself. They are responsible for what they put out. So if they're putting out negativity and it pings off and goes back to them, you did not hurt them. They hurt themselves because they chose what to ping out. All right? So empaths have to be very careful that, oh my gosh, did I hurt them? No, they hurt themselves. Don't take responsibility for that. Very good point, Robin, to make. All right. Let's see. As an empath, we attract energy we need for balance. True. Exactly. We do. Yeah. So it's that give and take. We look for each other, the give and the take to create the balance. Think of the scales, give, take, give, take. Each scale, one scale's give, one's take, or masculine or feminine, or, and we're always looking for that balance, right? And so, right, Angel, it's that impact. Did I hurt them? No, they hurt themselves. Their own stuff came right back to them. All right? And it is interesting. And make sure you don't take responsibility for that reflection, that ping bouncing off of you and going back to them. Because as you get stronger with your boundaries, it happens fast. And they're the first ones that know what happened. They feel it come back to them and go, oh, you did this to me. Oh my gosh. No, they did it to themselves. All right? They did it to themselves. And yes, karma only exists in the third and fourth dimension. Okay, now fourth dimensions have in fourth dimension, there's different dimensions in this, or different levels. And so in the overlap of 3D to 4D, the karma is there, but once they're crossed over in heaven and being unprogrammed from earth, and remembering their divinity, and the angels cocoon you. And those who have worked on their spirituality and are, I'm back. They don't need to have that type of healing sessions. Can be very fast for them. All right. Karma only exists in 3D and 4D. As we're going to the fifth dimension, there's karma doesn't exist anymore, because to get into the fifth dimension, you have to be balanced. Dharma. There it is. All right. So know that. So people who don't want to change, want to be greedy, want to be warring, staying in the 3D, it's got to balance out. Karma is the universal balancer. You don't take care of yourself and balance yourself out. As soon as you take responsibility, let me clarify this too. As soon as you start taking responsibility for your energy, karma leaves you alone because you're taking care of your stuff. So karma is going to go somewhere else who's not taking care of it. Balance, balance. If you can't balance yourself, then karma, which is a universal balancer, will take care of it. Okay, so there you go. Simply, so I asked for simplicity. There we go. There it is. All right. So there you go. And well, let me see. What else? Was that all of the questions? Yeah, continue to live in the past. Right. People that live in the past, and they keep going back to the hurts and disappointment and heartache. And that's hard to see from people that you care about and even that you love, and you don't understand. Why do you keep going back for more poison? That's exactly what it is. They're poisoning themselves. Why are you going back for some more? Some more, please. And then they've just not paying attention to their body, and then they get disease, right? And then that's when, hopefully, some of them, that's the kick that they need to realize, oh no, I've got to unbalance myself. I got to make sure that every aspect of me, mind, body, and soul is in balance. It's not just body, diet. Now, I know a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm going to take care of this body. Yeah. But what are you feeding your thoughts every day? What about your soul, your emotions? Are you balanced or are you in denial? If your mind and heart is not doing its work and you're just leaving all for your diet and your body to take care of everything, it's still off balance. Right? Oh my goodness. Yes. All right, Angel, I am my kids' karmas. I'm an energetic mirror. What attitude they give me, I reflect back. Well, okay. So as a parent, sure, and in karma as a balancer, guardians should be that way. And don't be offended when I say parents or guardians, because that's what we are. They are not our properties. All right. And it is a divine honor to bring beings in and to raise them, but to guard them. And absolutely, that's great, Angel. You're helping them to learn. All right. And that's what we're here to do, is to help them to learn. All right. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure all of us have one, two, several, some negative family members. Isn't that harder when they're family, the friends, co-workers, stuff? Okay, we don't have to see so much, but I mean, the family, sometimes it's hard. And then we have holidays coming up, and yeah, exactly, Angel. They may be your own, they may be your kids, but they're their own being. That's beautiful. Exactly. All right, so I want to just share a little something with you here. I know that we're kind of winding down. So it doesn't work for everybody. And as far as if you have family members that you just are butting heads with, and there's so much negativity. All right, if they don't want to do their own work, we can't take responsibility. We shouldn't take responsibility for that. And don't let that DNA bite you either, because that family DNA is being changed and rewritten and altered, and we're doing it each and every time. I am my own person. What happened to them is not going to happen to me. Now, I knew this as a child, that I'm not getting cancer. That's my mom's mission. It's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to have cancer. I did though, got careless, got into living life, and did create my own diseases that I had to work through. But I did. And because I caught on and realized, you know what? But so we can heal from the whole family genetic. No, I'm going to rewrite it right now. I'm rewriting the family history. You can rewrite your ancestors' DNA. Do you know that? Just by the shift of your consciousness. And I'm not repeating the same mistakes they made. I don't have a family curse. I don't have this family karma. Release it all. No. All right. And as children, we are so loving, and we want to take on, here we go, that empathy, and that's, you want to help your loved ones, and that you end up here, let me just take it from you. No, don't do that. Again, it's their responsibility. All right. So it's just recently, we started months ago, actually, of reestablishing connection with my husband's stepmother, who raised him, and his grandmother his grandmother from the stepmother. We got into some terrible headbutting years ago. The boys were babies and toddlers at the time. I mean, I personally hadn't seen them in over 25 years. My husband would kept going back, and he would try to bring peace. I think the last time was 13 years ago, and nothing ever happened from it. It just, but you could try. He tried. He went and tried. And so now I'm going to say my father-in-law has had 3 marriages. So my husband's birth mother died after 12 hours after giving birth to him, maybe 12, 24 hours. She died the next day. She hemorrhaged. Now, I talk to her all the time. She comes around in spirit a lot. And she's always watched over him. But then, though, he got remarried into the one who raised my husband. And then they got divorced. She waited really for him to leave, join the Navy, leave the house, whatever. And then that marriage dissolved, and then he's married again now for the 3rd time. So he's been married for a while. But so it's the stepmother that raised him. We had gotten word that she was moved to hospice. And so we've gone, well, we heard a couple months ago that they both were in nursing home, his stepmother and the grandmother. And so we went to go see them. And then it's okay, now she's moved to hospice. And so it's, oh, wow. Well, we went and just, can we put the past in the past and move forward? And it was very beautiful, very magical. All right. There was embracing and crying, and we all agreed, and then you're like, all that lost time, and our kids don't know them because of all of this. And it was like, really? What the heck? But you can't force people. Now, that just happened to work out that way. And there are some times, my birth father that I grew up with, we had friction, or there was just so much anger on my part. And on his deathbed, hey, one a year before. So we had a year of catching up and it was great. Okay. But there's sometimes when it just doesn't happen that way. There's some who are just so angry, even on their deathbed, that you know, you won't get that peace. And it's okay. Because once they do cross over, once they do go through the healing, they will come back and give you messages that they're sorry, or that, hey, you know what? Here, that they will leave messages for you, whether it's through your memories, through songs on the radio, through signs, through contacting a psychic medium. But usually you don't need to do that if you just pay attention to what the signs that they're giving you around you. So, yeah, absolutely. Guides, angels, or loved ones are always trying to reach out. Absolutely. All right. All right. I was told by another psychic that you go to surgery to talk to well, that will happen, Robin, if you're not taking care of, I'm not saying if someone's not taking care of themselves, what happens? The body's the final destination of disease showing up. So that's that kick. That's that shock. That's that, oh my gosh, here we go, the kick in the butt that you need. Now, usually when they're under, then they'll understand. Yeah, yes, they did create that. But we don't have to wait for that. All right? Going to sleep, having dreams, we can connect with them through our soul doesn't, we've had this conversation before, our soul doesn't need to sleep, our bodies do. So we astral travel, we have dreams, we have all sorts of things, out of body experiences. All right, so there's just so much. But sometimes it does take a major shift or a kick in the pants for someone. Yes, here we go, to become open to spirit when it's easy to just open and be receptive to begin with. But that's hard for some people. I've gotten kick in the pants. Some people want to learn the hard way, but you don't know. That's not the only way to talk to your angels and guides. We all have as children. Most of us have stopped for whatever reason, whether it was we were told not to, society, family, whatever, didn't support it. All right. I've always maintained my connection with angels and light beings. Okay. Because I grew up in a very strict Christian household, and I could speak to the angels, and that was fine. It was acceptable. I could not share with my family or anyone, especially in public, what someone, spirit, guide, or loved ones popping up and talking about them. I could not do that. So I kind of just left them in the background. I see you, I can't communicate with you, I'll get in trouble. So that's just how easy we can shut it down, because mommy said to, or what, family or society, or I don't want to seem like I'm crazy. So I knew it was still there, but when you don't use it, I'm gonna say you lose it. You just don't focus on it anymore. But I did strengthen that connection with the angels and light beings much stronger. All right, so it's okay. And now it's, hey, I can do that. I can communicate with, and that's great, and bring that back. So yeah, we have to, when we have to get over that threshold of, we think, am I making this stuff up? Wow, I should go into Hollywood and be a movie script writer or something, because this is some good stuff if I'm making this up. Our mind, it can't grasp it. But I want you to know it's very easy to command the mind. When you put the mind first, that's control. And how old is your mind? Only as old as your body. How old is your soul? Timeless. Has all the knowledge and information you need. So you can think yourself right into a box, right into a corner, right into disease. No, that's control. All right. Cosmic Heart Center, where the balance and the magic happens. And that has to be the pilot. Your mind's co-pilot and your body follows. You see the Trinity there? Mind, body, and soul. All right. So, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, me too. It told us crazy. But we have to be very careful too, because many of us in our youth, they were still carting people away into mental hospitals. That's changed drastically now. And so that's good, right? All right. Well, we are out of time this evening. Not out of time. We're right on time always. Well, I have to end this now. Feeling the energies back off. But, we had a really good discussion, a lot of sharing, and I love that, the interaction, and I love it. All of us sharing with each other. See, we're all teachers and healers and sitting in this circle. We all have something to give and to receive, right? That's what I love. That's why I'm here. That's why we are sitting in sacred circle with each other. All right. And thank you. Hi, James. We have to have a conversation, James. I'll message you soon. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Let me scroll. Yeah, the moral of the story is to listen to the soul. Absolutely. That's it. Simplistically. Bink. But it's not so simple. But keep at it. It's not impossible either. Thank you so much, Chris. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Oh, yeah. Have a good night. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you, Maureen, Angel. Each and every one of you, thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle with me this evening. I am very honored to share with your energy. And good night, sweetie. Good night, Tammy. Much love to each and every one of you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you all. And just keep remembering to shine bright and sing that little song, This Little Light of Mine, to get you through your day, to get you through your night, to get you through whatever situation you need to remind you of your divinity. You are a bright light. You are that lighthouse. All right. So many blessings to each and every one of you. And next week will be the Halloween show. Next week, the Halloween show. Yay! So if some of you want to be creative, you want to put Halloween costumes on or whatever, and you want to take a picture, I will put your picture on air for in your Halloween costume. I will put a picture of you on. We'll go through. It'll be kind of fun. I won't dress up, but I will be in, I will wear something. And if you want to send me pictures, all right, I'll be happy to put them up. And you have to, of course, I know you'll make sure that they will be PG-13 rated pictures. Thank you all so much. Again, many blessings and namaste.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.